Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug. Today we're going to go into my Italian garden and we're going to make a rustic dish. It's my own recipe. I call it Summer Breeze Roma Tomato Pasta. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to go through all the ingredients that we're going to need to make our delicious Italian dish, my Summer Breeze Roma Tomato Pasta. All right, first of all, we're going to be using half a pound or half a box of penne pasta. Now, penne pasta, what you want to do is get your pasta pot back there, fill it with water, and you're going to let that water boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to add some salt to it, probably about maybe like 2 teaspoons or so. And then you're going to add your penne pasta. And you want to cook that for around 11 or 12 minutes. All right. Then we're going to be using 4 garlic toes that have been minced. And I love the way garlic smells. I just love it. This is approximately 1 cup of white diced onion. And we're using 3 Roma tomatoes that I have sliced thinly. Now, what I did with the Roma tomatoes, and this is important, is I marinated it. And I just used about a little more than a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, and I put salt and pepper, probably about a teaspoon of each, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and approximately a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, plus maybe about half a teaspoon of dried basil. And I just mixed all that up and I let that sit in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. All right, so you want to marinate your Roma tomatoes. It's going to really add so much flavor to this sauce and it's going to be so delicious. Plus, we're using Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, and we're going to add that to the sauce. That's going to make it extra yummy. And then at the very end, we're going to be using Kalamata olives at the very end. Now, you don't want to put that in too early because you really want to have that taste of the olives. So probably the last minute or so of the cooking, you want to add the olives to it. And of course, we're going to be using some extra virgin olive oil at the end for a little bit more drizzle of the oil to the pasta. All right, and that's really it. So we're going to start cooking. Now, don't forget your pasta spoon, and you just want to stir your pasta a couple of times while it's cooking during that 11 or 12 minutes. All right, let's start working on our sauce. Okay, so on a low to medium flame, we're going to be using probably about 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We're going to heat that up first. So you want to heat it up for probably about 30 seconds or so. Okay, so we heated up our extra virgin olive oil. I'm adding my onions. This is almost 1 cup, probably about 3/4 of a cup of white diced onions. And we want to cook our onions until it's nice and tender, translucent. So that's going to take around 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, so while my onions are cooking, I always like to add a little salt, probably about half a teaspoon, and probably about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. I always do that to the onions, pretty much. Okay, so we're still cooking our onions. Our pasta's looking good. It's been about 6 minutes and my onions are looking really good. For the last minute, I'm going to add the garlic. This was 4 garlic toes. And we want to cook that garlic with the onions the last minute. So just keep stirring that in there. Remember, our flame right now should be on a low flame, especially once we add that garlic. You don't want to burn your garlic. And just keep stirring that. It's looking good. Okay, now I'm going to add the tomatoes. All right, with that juice, you can see that it formed some juice. We want that in there. And we're going to just cook this up for around 5 minutes or so. It's not going to take that long. And by the time this is done, the pasta should be finished. So it's great timing. So basically this dish only takes around 11-12 minutes to make, not including the 30 minutes to marinate the tomatoes. Okay. So it's pretty quick dish to make. And it's great for the summer. Oh my gosh, it's so good for the summer. That's why I call it my summer breeze. Roma tomato pasta dish. Look at that. Now, once we add the pasta, we will add a little bit more salt and pepper and maybe a pinch of pepperoncino, but not a lot. Just maybe a tiny pinch of that. And then we're adding our olives and the cheese. So the cheese has that saltiness. It's gonna go so well with the olives and the tomatoes. It's just gonna taste really, really good. Okay, remember this is on a low flame. I love how that's looking. See how awesome that's looking? We just want to break down those tomatoes just a little bit. Yum. Okay, so this is looking really good. Look at that. See how our tomatoes broke down just a little bit? That's what you want. Smells so good too. All right, now we're going to add our pasta. We're going to give that a toss. Beautiful. Very nice. Going to add a little salt, probably about a teaspoon of salt. And about a teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper. We're adding just a dash of pepperoncino. That's red pepper flakes, just a little bit. Give it another good stir. We're going to drizzle a little extra olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Just give it a drizzle. And we're going to add the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. We're doing about 1/4 of a cup, by the way, of the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Give that a stir. We want that cheese to melt into that pasta. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Looks so good. Smells great too. We don't need to add any Italian seasoning or anything like that because of the tomatoes. They were marinated and all that. So all the seasoning should be perfect right now. Very nice. And for the last step, we're adding our olives. Remember, that was about 2 tablespoons of the Kalamata olives. You could add more if you want, but I think 2 tablespoons is just enough. Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look great? I love how that looks. All right, now we're gonna plate it. Okay, we're gonna plate it now. I'm just using this bowl here. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Wow, look at that. That looks so, let me do one more scoop. Perfect. I love the way the olives look in there. Maybe a little drizzle of the olive oil, just a little bit more. Tiny bit. And we're just gonna top it with a little extra Parmigiano cheese. Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Look at that dish. Now that is amazing. I'm gonna give it a taste. Now for our taste test, I cannot wait. It looks beautiful. A nice, beautiful, rustic, summertime pasta dish. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, the olives in there, the tomatoes, oh, the flavors, so good. I hope you try this recipe. It's delicious and it's easy. 11, 12 minutes. Come on, you can do it. Thank you so much for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living and happy cooking. Bye-bye.